Gat, we're roll initiative.
Oh man! Welcome to the inaugural first session, first episode, first podcast for our group here. We're calling ourselves Roll Initiative.
Gat, roll initiative.
Excellent. And we are calling this campaign Claw and Order Special Cryptids Unit.
I was actually waiting for the Law and Order sound effect.
I don't have that on the.
I was thinking earlier we need that.
How much of it can we do?
Just to be safe, no more than 3 seconds. So we've just got dum dum dup dup dup, and that's enough to make everyone else.
I already did enough. I would believe I was under the seconds.
Oh fuck! All right. There will be cursing in this podcast. It is going to be in the R-rated section of for that because I have a 1-year-old. I'm still. I have
you can't let your 1-year-old listen to this podcast.
I mean, it's not going to be much different than how I talk around the house.
I mean, that means you have time before he understands what you're saying when you play D&D.
But let's go around and introduce ourselves and the characters. Maybe let's not do our characters yet, but let's introduce ourselves. Ryan, why don't you lead off?
Oh fuck! I knew you were gonna do me first.
Yeah.
I'm not that good at improv, but hi, I'm Ryan. I play D&D sometimes. That's probably the most interesting thing about me, which is very sad. But
strong intro, strong. As strong as possible.
Fucking strong intro. Eric, please help us.
Hi guys, I'm Eric. I'm not Ryan. I'm the opposite. So he's gonna be like Downer Man, and I'm gonna be like, wow. I play D&D. I'm the rules lawyer of the group and the dirty min-maxer. But I'm not really playing a min-max character. I'm just dicking around with the character this time. But that's basically me.
Hi,
And then we got Mike.
I'm Mike. I like playing characters. I like making weird ones and that are definitely not min-maxed at all. Screw monks.
Screw monks. And I'm Brian, and I'm going to be the dungeon master for this campaign. I would say I am fast and loose with the rules, and that's why Eric's here, is to keep us on the straight and narrow on the rules. And I'm a big. I mean, you're also,
No, it's fine. I know my purpose.
Right? No, yeah, it's just the rules. It's the only reason we brought you in. But I'm fast and loose, and I'm a big fan of shenanigans. So. Let us open up in. It's not an unfamiliar setting, we're not set in some kind of fantastical, mythical, mystical dragons and dungeons and castles and princesses and kings. We're not in that world. We're in America. We're in early 1980s Pacific Northwest, before everybody's really got cell phones, before the internet's all over the place and blowing everything up and exposing things quickly. We're in a slower, more peaceful, more rural setting.
Would you say it's like
town?
I
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, would you say it's like Smallville?
I wouldn't say it's like Smallville. We're not in a cornfields and farming town. We're in a small, more of like a touristy town. There are mountains, there are ski ranges, there are slopes to be had, there are ski resorts. There's people flying in from California, coming in out of their way. So it's not a big town, but it does get busy sometimes. But
Less
it's a small
cornfield and crows, more strip malls and strippers.
Central City, the city where the Flash is from. No one remembers Central City. They remember Gotham and Metropolis.
Yeah, you said Central City, and I was like, I do not know what Central City is.
You're really trying to push the superhero angle on this one.
I've been watching Superman and Lois a lot lately, so sorry.
This is a small town, right outside of one of the big ski resorts. The town goes by the name of Strange Pines, and it doesn't have a large populace, but it does have what some might call an interesting populace. Up in the woods, a very small resort, closed for much of the year. What some might call a bungalow bougie new age resort, is a operation, a collective, if you will, that is not quite in the resort business, but more in the cryptids business, in the paranormal business, in the business of the things that go bump in the night sometimes. They also go bump during the day and bump on Christmas and bump when you were fully asleep and thought you were going to get a good night's sleep. And they go bump during your kid's birthday, and they go bump when you're taking a shit. You get a call, and you're like, oh man, I got to go take care of these bumps. They go bump all the time, and there is an agency that takes care of those bumps, and they go by the collective, a small agency tasked with investigating, documenting, sometimes capturing the things that you've only ever read about, the things that they've never found evidence of, the things that go bump in the night. So we open at the collective, at the Bureau, almost, as you might call it. It's a mildly subterranean, mildly disguised set of offices and outbuildings that are set to look like a resort, but are in fact a facility for holding, testing, development into the paranormal, scientific research. There is some element of a prison here as well for things that could not be reasoned with would be the word, I guess, for that. So it is, what one might think to find in a shady government facility, with less of the government that you would normally see around. It is a privately funded operation, and with a very quiet set of benefactors. Ah, shit.
The lack of oversight gives me strength.
My guy is Mikey Pescatori, aka the Jersey Devil. He's wearing a trench coat, kind of a slick, kind of mobster looking outfit. Do you just want me to describe what he looks like?
Yeah, describe what he looks like as he's walking into work here. He just hit the buzzer, and what's my security guard looking at the camera at?
Yeah, he's got he does have one of those classic holsters that are attached to your torso, but it doesn't have a gun in it. It just has what looks like a pentagram pennant in it. And I guess he checks that with security.
Security guard comes over the buzzer by the door. He goes, Mikey, are you strapped today?
Hey, I mean, you gotta be.
I mean, you got anything aside from your pentagram? No other artifacts, abyssal or otherwise?
You know me. I'm minimal. I mean, I got my
All right.
book of spells, but that's about it.
All right. Just prepare for the scan, and then the door will buzz you right through. Then he hits a button, and then you watch a small little panel opens up above the door, and just this super old school the front of Knight Rider, just red dots go across and then back, and it's not even projecting anything out at you. It just looks like it's just red dots going back and forth. Looks like it's scanning you. You don't really see anything happening, and then the door goes beep, and you feel the door. You see the doorknob handle be able to turn, it does that little twitch, and you are free to enter the building. As you walk in through the front doors, you're gonna see to the right side is the security guard. Hey, Mike, how you doing today? Have a good one.
Hey, you too.
To the left is the lobby. There's never anybody in the fucking lobby. It is for show. It is a set piece essentially to make the place look like it could be a bougie resort if somebody were to accidentally stop by or visit unexpectedly. As you pass through the lobby to the elevator, which takes you to the lower levels of the facility, mainly the large meeting room, you see the bathroom door to the right side open up, and out comes a rather well-dressed gentleman. Ryan, could you introduce your character?
Right. I'm playing Lawrence Aberline. I am the Dogman of Michigan. I am actually a werewolf, but I'm wearing a... it's fancy. It's a little out of date. Looks like it's about 10 years out of date, but it's a little disheveled. I've got a 5 o'clock shadow, even though it's only 10 a.m. But my mustache is still thick. Hairy arms, hairy knuckles. Just very hairy person all around. He walks with a cane in his left hand, which he has a driving glove. And there's a lump in his jacket that suggests he's also carrying a revolver, maybe in a shoulder holster.
All right.
That's Lawrence.
And that's Lawrence, a hairy guy with a gun.
I guess I should have explained my character a little bit more. I'm actually the Jersey Devil, so like I horse face hooves. I have wings. Like I actually can fly. I have wings. I should have mentioned these things. I guess. Yeah.
I look like a human.
I realized that as you said all that.
Important character building stuff. I do like comedic timing, though. That was good. As you're waiting for the elevator, Lawrence turns the corner, coming out of the bathroom, also getting ready to catch the elevator.
Go
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to tell you guys the elevator door is just about to you. You hear the ding. The doors open, and inside the elevator is, I guess, I can't introduce him at all because I've got no idea what he looks like. Eric, what's your character?
What do you mean? I am just Norman, normal human. Just I'm just a guy. Just picture like the most vanilla white toast slice of bread you can imagine of a human being, and that's me, Norman. Special Agent Norman to you. Of course, I also am strapped with a suit.
I've got a real like Mr. Smith from the Matrix vibe right now, Agent Smith from the Matrix vibe. For Norman.
Yeah, you're in the right ballpark. Like, picture that level of just like, this is just the whitest person. It's just a white dude. It's a middle-aged white dude in a suit, as much as that could possibly be a person.
I don't know if there's a whiter name than Hugo Weaving. So,
by God, he's right.
by God, Hugo.
Man, human.
I'm just
human.
I'm Special Agent Norman, normal human extraordinaire.
You guys do know each other. You guys have been around the office for a little while now. You guys have been working with the collective for a couple months to a year between the few of you guys. You guys have been around the block for a while. So you guys have seen each other around the office. You guys have not necessarily worked together before on any missions. You guys have had your own partners along the way and done some solo work. Mikey in the area of doing a lot of consulting in the way of demonic things, satanic cults and stuff like that. And he like really being able to suss out the difference between something that might actually be a demon and something that's just, kids fucking around in the woods. And Norman's been with the company in the capacity that he's at right now for a little bit right now. Nobody knows a ton about Norman, but you know he's a good agent. And Lawrence is a bit of a free agent, freestyler a little bit. He works on mostly cases that he gets to pick himself. He does not, for the most part, he's been hand selecting what cases that he works on. He doesn't work on a general selection. It's more of a private field. So you guys haven't crossed paths a ton up to this point.
Huh.
But you all have been called down to the main office, if you will, to see the director this morning. There's been some. Go ahead.
I was just no. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I just want to turn to the other.
It's been a bit of me talking.
Yeah, I just want to turn to the other guys and say, "Oh fuck, I had something clever." But
so he turns to us and says something clever, and I turn to him and like, witty retort.
Fuck, this is a podcast right here. Let me tell you.
Oh,
Premium content. This is what people are here for.
This is what people get a Patreon for. You know?
Feel free to sign. I don't even know how those things work, and we don't have one. So feel free to sign up for that one we don't have.
So the elevator arrives. I don't get to say anything because it dings.
The elevator dings. You guys see Norman gives you like the whitest white guy wave that you've ever seen. You guys hop on the elevator. You guys are all going to the same place. Is there any conversation in the elevator, or are we just going to take it very quietly all the way to the bottom?
Mildly amusing small talk.
Oh, there's so much pressure.
So much pressure to perform, right? All right. There's bad elevator music.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-da-ba, ba-da. Yeah, this is gonna be a while, guys, so we might as well try to pass the time. Have any of you heard anything about the what this is all about today?
I can only assume it's one thing. But I'm just gonna look at my watch and say, actually, what time of the month is it? Full moon cycle, not menstrual cycle.
I didn't suggest
Is
that.
it your time of the month?
None of us suggested that.
I mean, moon cycle.
We just giggled like for no reason.
Talking about the moon cycle. That is a good question, though.
It is the beginning of the month. We have just passed the full moon, I believe.
So I fully just suspect that it's another wolfman or dogman. Yep, can only be only one thing.
So you said we haven't actually worked together in this 3 group ever before?
No, you guys have not worked together in a capacity together. Yet. You guys worked at the same place, but you guys haven't been on a mission together.
Well, from the ways I sees it, if they're calling all 3 of us at the same time, it's got to be something important.
I got a couple of loose cannons working with me. This must be an interesting ordeal.
Hey, they always say watch out for the quiet ones that look all unsuspecting. You know what I'm saying?
Are you talking about him, the other one in the elevator?
There's nothing unsuspecting about Mikey.
I was gonna say that voice in the sky, but I just really didn't want to be rude.
Hey, I'm just trying to get by like anybody else.
Nah, I can only imagine if they're sounding me with YouTube, then it might be interesting.
As you guys are saying this, the elevator reaches the bottom floor. Ding! Old school ding, like that, like real, like metallic ring. Like there's a bell that got hit. The doors open up, and the cage in front of it opens up, and you guys find yourself in like an old, like train junction almost. It looks like this was part of some kind of like subway underground that was built at some point, probably trying to connect the ski resorts to one of the closer local cities or airports. But looks like a mostly abandoned subway train yard junction area. And you pop out here and you know the path to the director's office. You guys have been there before. It's up the stairs, center of the building, one of the largest room aside from the one you're standing in currently, in the area. As you guys climb the stairs, you can feel like the dampness in the air. The walls kind of have like a mildewy kind of vibe to them, almost like it's like wet down here. And as you walk down the hall, you can kind of see like the reflection of light off the surface of water onto the walls, and you guys hear like the splashing of water as you walk out the doorway into a large open room with a very large body of water in the middle of it. Man-made, but still rounded at the edges, not into like hard corners, like a swimming pool would be. More like shaped like a man-made lake almost in the middle of this room. And as you walk in, there's a large bell that rings again as you walk in the room, signaling that you have like crossed the threshold into the room. This one does not sound metallic. This one sounds like otherworldly almost. It doesn't have the ring of like a metallic bell. It's almost like a produced sound that you can't put your finger on. As this loud sound rings out, you guys see the water start to like rise a little bit in the middle, and a wake starts to rush towards you guys, towards the edge of the water, as you guys watch this wake come towards you, quicker and quicker.
Always has to.
Nothing.
Yeah, I put my hands behind my back, grab my hand, and stand there in like a very like ready to go, reporting for duty pose.
I'm leaning on my cane, say, always has to make an entrance.
Actually, I'm gonna wipe off my trench coat and put my hands in my pockets. Yeah, I like this vibe. Join the vibe.
You guys are all stoic, unfazed by this this show of speed and force as the wake like crests as it comes very close to you guys, and a bump like head starts to rise out of the water, attached to a longer and longer rising neck. And as the neck comes all the way up out of the water, standing a good 15 feet tall or so, with a large reptilian head attached to the top of it. And just as the neck starts to spread out to the chest, it stops its ride and it stops its wake, and you guys are all splashed with water as it stops near the edge of the large man-made pond lake that it has there.
I remain unflinching as I get soaked.
This pond lake's going to be my sergeant lieutenant of this one. I'm just going to say the other one every time. Or the governor mayor. Yeah, I'm just going to be like, it's a pond lake, it's a lake governor. It's a mayor pond.
Oh, we had graveyard cemetery in mine. Nice.
So yeah, you guys basically just got splash mountained by the director as he rears up, making his normal entrance, and looks down upon you guys. And is like, "Good morning, gentlemen."
Sir,
I've done a lot of learning in my life, and you'd think I'd learn to step away from that.
You guys do know I do that every time.
Every time.
So the bell is less for me to know that you guys are here. I know you're here. The bell is to let you know that you have entered the splash zone.
Sir, I see it as a sign of respect to accept the splash zone, sir.
Thank you, Norman. You've always been such a good agent.
Kiss us.
Oh, we're so excited to get wet.
See, for me, it reminds me of the log flume in Wildwood. Get ready for a lot of references.
I love the log flume, sir.
Hits home. Watch the tram car, please.
All
Well,
right, so I assume you assembled us here for some reason.
Yeah. As you guys have heard, we are doing a bit of realignment of staff. We've had some departures recently, and some how do I put this kindly? Some workplace accidents that have resulted in a loss of life and a loss of job, and so we need to realign some of the teams, mostly consolidate some of our agents into tighter, more conducively effective squads to not losing their life on the job. So we have pulled all of you here for reasons of different areas of expertise. And I feel like you guys are going to make a great team. We're going to call you guys the Claws.
I hate it.
You hate it.
I do lobster claw hand motions and go claw, 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 claw.
Awesome.
We can workshop this. We can workshop it. How about the fists?
I don't even care about the name. The one thing I care about is can my disease be spread to this thing? And I point to the goat man with wings. What if he can get this?
I didn't even think about that. That's kind of
For science.
no.
I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea as to whether you can spread your thing, your curse. It's a curse. It's more of, it feels, it's a disease. It's a disease or a curse. I don't know if Mikey can be more cursed than he already is.
Hey.
What if it was a dessert?
Well, I can say one thing. I am only half corporeal, aka mortal. My other half is like kind of demonic, as you might say. So I'm not sure that half could.
All right, so what he's saying is that he could probably only become half werewolf.
the human half or the werewolf half or the wolf half?
Or is it the upper half or the lower half?
So I would be a quarter wolf because I'm not half wolf.
Okay, so left leg or right arm?
No.
No.
I'll tell you what. As of right now, I feel safe saying that you're probably good, but I'll have.
And what about this one, the human?
Human. Norman is.
Yes, Norman, normal human at your service.
Yeah, Norman.
This-
I don't.
This slice of bread's gonna get bit the second I meet a werewolf.
Norman's never even been sick a day. I think in his life, he said. So, I don't think anything can get to Norman. I'm not like. This is just
my reflection in the water as he describes like me ever being sick, and I start to remember all the times I've been sick as all the different people in my past.
What's he doing?
Essentially.
Yeah, that you broke his brain or something.
I asked Norman about this. Norman's a special case, but Norman said he should be fine. I trust Norman to know his own limits, but I do have the triplets up in the lab just testing some things. So if we do find at some point that we think this is a bad idea, we will separate you guys. You're not just going to be doing werewolf stuff also anymore. I'm going to need you to do some other stuff. You're gonna be more in the fields, mostly because we're running out of field agents, and you guys are some of the last ones I've got left. So it's not necessarily going to be always related to demons, and it's not always going to be related to wolves, and it's not always. And Norman's good with anything. Norman is just here to work.
I'll have it be written or known that I was only in this for the werewolves.
Hey,
I'm
pretty good with all the other stuff too. I must say, it's
But
not
Mr.
always with the
Abeline,
demons with me too.
would it not behoove you to protect the entire realm from all sorts of creatures of the such? What good is just removing one of the scourges when so many just other forces roam free?
I mean, I got the pentagram, and I pull the pentagram out and be like, "Don't typecast me."
You guys look to the right. Over to the side, and there's a wall of employee of the month pictures, and they're all Norman.
I find offense at that. That's why I don't like you, Norman.
You don't have to like me. I just need you to work with me.
Very well.
He's a good guy.
Now, I will have you know, any cases of werewolfisms will take priority in our mission if we happen to come across them.
Listen, Lawrence, you know me. We come from the same neck of the woods, all right? You know that I will make sure that I get you werewolf cases as they come up. They're just not all going to be werewolf cases.
Okay.
It'll give you a chance to keep your skills sharp as we wait for the werewolf cases to come in.
Hey, first when it shows up, I'll show you what I could do to a werewolf. I'll banish him to my daddy Mephistopheles, and he'll beat the crap out of him.
That sounds rather useful.
That
I would let's just remember that the name of the game is either capturing them and bringing them back here, or exterminating them
with
for the
extreme
purpose of-
prejudice.
with extreme prejudice for the purpose of safety of the general public. We are not supposed to be generally sending your dad werewolves for his demon army.
Hey, it was a figure of speech.
What figure of speech is that? You literally can send werewolves to
Actually,
your dad.
your
We've
dad's
seen you do it.
your dad's a devil, right? Like, if I kill a werewolf, does he just go to hell as a werewolf?
Well, I don't know about the religious feelings of the werewolf.
Most of them think they're God.
All werewolves go to heaven, man. See the movie? All werewolves go to heaven.
It's a technicality, damn it. It doesn't say anywhere in the rule book that a dog cannot go to heaven.
I don't want to go to heaven anymore. It sounds scary.
Where you get there, it's just full of
It's just
werewolves.
filled with dogs. It's just filled with dogs and werewolves.
Dogs and werewolves. They're all playing basketball.
Roaming packs.
They're all-
There's nowhere in the rules that says dogs can't play basketball. It's werewolves and dogs can play basketball, which explains why Teen Wolf could play basketball.
There's a whole movie about why werewolves can play basketball.
Exactly.
It all makes sense.
There actually is.
Ergo, all werewolves go to heaven.
You just get up there. You just get up there. The pearly gates open up, and it's just like a sea of werewolves and dogs. And you're like, you know what? I might
playing basketball.
come here.
I guess they better practice the 3-pointer.
And you're like, all right, this is okay. All right, I'm back in. I'm back in with heaven.
This is my heaven.
I am trying to go to heaven now. That sounds all right.
It's not. It's not
Fuck.
70. It's not 72 virgins, but I'll tell you what. It's a ton of werewolves and dogs.
All the dogs are doing it airport style.
Yeah, all the dogs doing airboats. The werewolves
Oh.
are constantly popping balls by accident.
Ah,
Oh God! All right, I'm gonna collect myself again.
I'm gonna work with you, demon thing.
Yeah, I mean, his name's Mikey. I don't have to call him Demon Thing.
Yeah, it's Mike. Chill.
You come from the lands of peace and hospitality. You have from the northern climates, my friend. You have to be kind. You can't call people things.
And
I think you'll find there's a deep-seated hatred, a dead heart of compassion to be found there too.
I don't feel great about the chemistry right now, but I'm gonna give you guys a softball for your first mission. As a team, there's not going to be a lot of challenges here. I don't think. Our reconnaissance team has heard about something that's been picking off small livestock in Texas. Local ranchers are getting a little bit upset. They're taking to arms, of course. You know how they get down there.
They love their guns.
They love their guns, but you know, it seems to be we've gotten enough reports that we need to send a team out to investigate it. It might be something as, you know, minuscule as a coyote or, you know, aliens again. If it's aliens, you guys just write it off as aliens and we move on from it. All right.
That's a different department.
I killed a werewolf alien.
That is, I don't think we have that in our files anywhere. Do not report the werewolf alien.
It's weird because
Chupacabra is.
The
Is that why
moon,
I've never met the chupacabra?
the moon cycle's different on other planets.
Does it mean it's werewolves more often?
Oh fuck! Yes, it does.
You're gonna need to fill out some paperwork for that because we have no record of werewolf aliens in our files.
When they're in our solar system, would they be based off our moon instead of theirs?
See, this is the problem. As soon as he said that, I'm like, oh no, this whole thing is going to be deep philosophical discussions about werewolves.
Look, I'm asking the real questions here. Someone had to be brave enough to.
We're getting lost in the minutia, and I love it. I don't know if you're an alien, if you're on a different solar system with a different moon. Like,
It could be Andromeda's brain, and they're just immune to it.
but like, what if we took like Lawrence to like a planet with more moons? Would he turn into a werewolf more often?
Probably.
I'll have you know, it turned into a werewolf at will with the right concentration.
The tides would move more often if there were more moons on a planet. So yeah, I feel like you'd werewolf more often. Or actually, no, it's really dependent on the rotation of. Anyway.
So we have a
right.
softball Michigan.
So you guys have a softball mission. I'm sending you to Texas. Looks like something's picking off the small livestock. Like I said, could be something as small as a coyote. Hopefully, it's not werewolf aliens. If it's any kind of aliens, you guys just come back. Different department. We'll send somebody else out for aliens. But we're gonna send you down there. You're gonna meet with the local sheriff. You're gonna meet with probably the local veterinarian. They have some autopsies they've been doing. You guys can take a look at the corpses of the livestock that's been left behind. And you guys can take a look into this matter. If it makes you feel any better, Lawrence, pretend it's a werewolf until it's not a werewolf.
I assume it is always a werewolf until it's not.
Werewolf until proven otherwise. Understood. We've already arranged travel for you guys. You guys are going to be, in Texas before the end of the day, and we'll set you up with a liaison once you land there.
We got anything for this? We got anything for this one? The goat man? Maybe some sort of like hat of disguise or something.
Yeah, like a hat.
He's got a hat.
You'll find that Agent Mikey can make himself much more discreet than he currently is.
I'll open up my book. I'll flip to the page.
It's got sound effects.
Oh,
And then I'll turn into basic gangster, kind of like Jack Nicholson before he turns into the Joker in the original Batman.
Oh,
Maybe a little bit like him.
yeah.
All right. Yes, as you can see, Agent Mikey is more than capable of being discreet when he wants to be.
When I flip back.
I liked you better the other way.
Well, that's rude.
Yeah, well, I have wings, and I just like open them up. These are cooler.
Game set wings, blouses, werewolves. All right, so
Yeah, let's get on this plane and realize that the curse of the werewolf is linked to the solar system it came from, so it probably would be the moon of its original solar system, and then we can continue our flight.
that sounds like a much more dangerous scenario, especially if you're encountering alien werewolves.
Exactly. You never know when they're going to transform.
Yeah, it's unpredictable. Apparently, Lawrence though can also transform with a stern concentration.
Yes, spell wise. That's how I control it. I don't know if that's canon, but
It is now. All right, so you guys catch the private company jet. It's not a jet. It's just bigger than a Cessna, smaller than like a big plane. Whatever big planes are called. Boeings. I don't know. Large planes. Smaller than a big plane, bigger than a small plane. You guys are on that plane, and it takes you to Texas with really no problem with the plane.
no encounter rolls.
You know what? Somebody roll me just a pure roll. Roll
There's
me a
goddamn gremlins on the wings.
roll me a d20.
I
Eight.
swear,
Alright, so-
I saw a gremlin out the window.
Alright.
It's not him.
It's not the one. The plane doesn't crash. You guys don't all die, except for Mikey, who would have.
Because I knew it was William Shatner in that scene.
I mean, just because you have wings.
Okay.
If the
I can
plane,
also
you have a
can miss-
while before the plane goes
I
down.
thought you were like giving me inspiration.
I can misty step outside the plane before it crashes, right?
Yes, but I feel like if
What?
you're moving at that kind of speed when you misty step, you have to take that kind of inertia with you.
Yeah, but I'm a werewolf, so
upwards.
it's fine.
What? Because
it's non-magical.
Just make it straight. Make it straight across the ground, so you just start running. It's a horizontal line on the ground, so you can just run as soon as you get
The
out.
question is, does teleporting kill your momentum?
I feel like it shouldn't. I feel like if you're going like
I do.
100 hours straight, you misty step, whichever way you misty step, you're flying 100 miles per hour
Well,
straight.
The way I see it is, when you misty step, you fully disappear. Like you actually teleport. So your momentum is stopped because you no longer exist in that state of matter.
But we didn't crash, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you guys didn't crash. It doesn't matter. We'll figure that one out another time. when Lawrence attempts that maneuver on another date.
When it happens, I'll be ready.
When it happens, you'll be ready, and we'll all be sitting here with all calculators out.
And if it does work, I have some ideas for throwing and having them launched.
All right, so you guys land on a small strip outside of Dust Gulch, Texas. This is a small southern town.
Which area in Texas? Is this full desert Texas or swamp Texas?
We're full desert Texas.
Gotcha. I figured.
How much of it is
No one ever wants to go to swamp Texas.
How much of it is swamp?
Yeah,
Uh,
swamp Texas.
the whole southeast is swamp. Houston, Galveston, that's all swampy. Technically.
Like Louisiana.
Yeah. Which is the stated neighbors.
Yeah.
All right, but I have fully prepared a Stetson Beaver 4X cowboy hat for my guy.
Oh yeah.
Anyone who listens to this, clearly one of us is from Texas.
Of course. Beaver is nice.
It's white contrasting to my black suit. but I just step out in the sun and say, never get used to that Texas heat.
You know that thing looks ridiculous on you, right?
I take it off and wave it in front of my face and say, I don't know what you mean.
That does seem pretty useful. I take that back.
Put it back on my head.
Oh fuck. All right. So you guys land on this small strip, the small landing strip. Not even an airport. The plane just kind of trolleys out to the end after you guys get off, parks itself. The pilot hangs out. He's just chilling till you guys are done there. You guys turn and you see there is a sheriff's car, a police car, says sheriff on the side of it, and a middle-aged gentleman. His hair is starting to gray. You can definitely tell he's very tan from living out here for a very long time out in the desert in the sun. And he's just leaning against his car, smoking a cigarette. Been waiting for you guys for what looks like a little bit now, but he's not like sweating or anything like that. People growing up here they eat like that. Now they've got a nice cowboy hat. I don't know what kind of cowboy hat he's got on, to be honest with you.
Right, it was like a 4x4 Ford truck wide.
It was a mink 2-3 Stetson.
A Stoat 7x8 Stetson.
Stoat. It was made with many little stoats for the making.
Brewed with the stout.
I only know the one cowboy hat, guys. I'm sorry. The only one I would ever wear.
That's one more than I would.
So as you guys walk up, he like takes a big drag off of his cigarette and flicks it to the ground, and then pushes himself up off the car and walks over to you guys, and he introduces himself. Well, hello there, gentlemen. My name is Sheriff Gene Hogg, and this is my fine town of Dust Gulch, Texas. We mighty do appreciate you stopping in to have a look at our here problem. I'll tell you, I've never seen anything quite like it before. I mean, myself, I feel like it's, some kind of fucking vermin or critter out there that's been causing all this havoc, or, maybe some of the local teens have taken to the tale now and are perpetuating the myth, but we just can't seem to figure it out. But welcome to town, and I'm glad you guys have stopped in. He reaches out his hand and holds it out to shake. Mikey, you first. Reaches out to shake your hand.
I reached out and shake it.
Excellent. That was kind of you.
Hmm.
He goes down the line, reaches out to shake both all of your guys.
I actually don't shake.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. While he goes out for the handshake, I'm gonna say, "Got another one?"
Oh, you're looking for a first, and he like reaches into his like breast pocket there and finds his pack of cigarettes and packs a cigarette out and hands it over to you.
I'll gladly take it. Won't light it.
Refuse to shake his hand and then mooch a cigarette off.
I light one
Yeah.
of the cigars. I just want to join in.
I'm waiting for somebody to light my cigarette for me.
The fuck?
I distract the guy. I go over and give him a firm handshake, look him in the eyes, and go, "Sir, it's Agent Norman. Pleasure to meet you."
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you too. It is good to see your agency taking interest in this, because this is just I'm gonna be honest with you, it's out of my pay grade now.
I'm gonna actually light my cigarette and say, "Yeah, I can assure you, if they sent us, then there's something to worry about."
So, what's been going on? Cattle dying, people getting spooked in the woods by creatures that look all funky.
I'll tell you, nothing quite as severe as that. It has been mostly goats and chickens. Nothing really bigger than a goat so far. The cattle have been fine, and not so much in terms of like people getting spooked. That ranchers have seen like a few things like scurrying around the outside of the property at night, but like we haven't had any like big scary sightings or anything like that. No
maulings,
anything like that. No maulings. No hellfire or anything like that.
Clearly not a demon or a werewolf.
Can you show me an autopsy report or one of the bodies, perhaps?
I don't like since they're not humans for this per se that have been attacked. We don't really have autopsy reports at the police station. You guys do have free pass to see the town vet. Dr. Amber Robertson will be happy to show you guys the bodies and the remains of what has been left behind. There are plenty of reports of just fully missing livestock, but there has been some that have been. It's a weird way to put it. It feels like they've been like sucked dry of their juices per se.
I hate that.
Yes, it's not the nicest way to find your beloved Billy Goat, but it has been the way recently. It seemed weird to say it, even. I'll be honest with you guys, but it's they've been the polite term would be desiccated. Some of these corpses almost fully dried out. They have found tiny.
It sounds like they've been ensanguinated.
Ensanguinated. Maybe that's the proper term.
Exsanguinated.
Exsanguinated.
I think that's the word for that.
My character gets excited. He's like, "It sounds like your goats have been sucked."
That is what I'm saying.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, kind sir. I would say that our goats have been sucked.
Yes. I've
We
always
have to
wondered
find the
why I
goat
never
first.
met the chupacabra. I knew he was around here. I knew he. Oh,
The
wait,
what now?
oh, nothing. Never mind.
And what'd you say about werewolves and demons? Demons was a joke.
I'll
but
tell you, they're all real.
Do we have one of those Men in Black flashy things?
No, you guys do not have a Men in Black flash.
That's highly disappointing.
All right, so I'm
I'm
gonna take a deep drag from my cigarette and just tell the sheriff, they're all real, all of it. Just, you want to help people like I think you do, you'll help us.
And then I'm gonna interrupt him, and I'm gonna go, yeah, we work for the North American Cryptid Search Organization, and we believe that Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster and all of these things are real, and we just need your help so we can make a documentary and put it on television or something. I'm trying to make them think that we're whack jobs now.
I was told that you guys were an offshoot government branch that was coming to help us with this investigation. God damn it! I'm gonna have to talk to the deputy sheriff. He was supposed to reach out. Did he get to the wrong?
This should stay between all of us, I think.
Guys, I'm gonna need you to turn away for a second.
But we just have to go to the vet. To be honest.
Guys, just turn away for a second.
I've got no reason to turn away.
I trust him. I cover my eyes.
Turn around and just ignore any noises you hear for like the next 45 seconds, if you don't mind.
I take a drag of my cigar.
All right, I'll turn around begrudgingly.
All right, I go full skinwalker and I absorb this guy and turn into him. You guys revealed the whole organization to this guy. He can't live. I'm gonna have to be the sheriff now, I guess.
God damn it!
You fucking everything. Lawrence and Mikey, give me perception checks just to see if you hear anything.
Okay.
Okay. Luckily, I'm not very good at perception.
I don't know.
Oh,
I have a 0. That's decent, right?
hang on.
You rolled a 10.
I got 9.
Yeah, you got a 9.
A 10 and a 9. You guys are just really like into your cigarette, into your cigar. You guys are kind of almost like talking amongst each other. Like
Yeah,
kind of
do you actually inhale that thing?
I mean, no, unless you're really trying to feel
Why
it.
not?
No.
If I were a demon, like I would, right?
I'm only half demon. Let me get that straight. I'm not. So who knows? Maybe I can get cancer. Maybe I become a werewolf. I don't fucking know anymore.
Hey,
I'm a thing. I get it. I'm a thing.
we're all things, but like, you know, we stop evil.
Yeah, I mean now I do.
And then
I'm trying to turn over a new leaf.
Norman, can you give me a sleight of hand check for how easily you absorb this gentleman?
It's not that easy.
It takes a painfully long time. It's almost it is akin to like an anamorph transformation. It's like 3 minutes and multiple stages of just absorbing him into the collective.
Did you ever used to scare kids in the woods, Wolfie?
Yeah, you know, I scared a couple. Used to run around when I was homeless, just screaming at people, "Stay away, stay away!"
Like naked.
Yeah, it was a weird time.
Ooh, me too. I didn't know. Actually, I would trick people and I'd make them think they heard voices, and then I'd steal their camping stuff.
Oh, I never
had to
did
eat.
that, but
I had to eat. I was scared. I was just in the woods, naked, like you were.
Would you put near your inventory, Norman?
The police officer uniform.
Cue that scene
Alright,
from fucking.
All right. Well,
Terminator 2.
his voice is gone. His voice is gone now. Since you
I just come over and I sit down and act like nothing happened.
Hey, I didn't see nothing.
do you look
I-
like
Say nothing.
do you look like him or you look like Norman again?
I'm Norman again.
So you guys did not see anything. You guys just turn around and the police officer is gone. The sergeant is gone.
Yeah, I
The
had a talk with him. He promised to not tell anyone about it, but he's gonna leave town for a couple weeks.
Oh,
can I roll insight on this? Is this some sort of danger sense?
Yeah, give me an insight.
You know. I'm going to.
Norman, give me a persuasion.
Oh, I got 4. Yeah, he's gone on vacation.
Mikey rolled an 8 on his insight.
I don't know, I feel like this is more of a deception. I'm gonna
Oh
go
yeah,
with
this is
deception.
this sounds like a deception.
Yeah, he's just
Oh.
going on vacation for a couple weeks.
Ah.
16 on
we'll take care of
deception.
it.
Yeah, figures they'd send off the only help we've got.
It's fine. We'll go to the medical examiner. We'll take a look at the bodies, figure out what's causing this. We'll track it down, solve it for the bureau. Bing, bam, boom. All loose ends tied up, and we're good.
Hang on a second. I gotta point out. You say medical examiner and autopsy. We're talking about animals here. Like
He said it was somewhere. He said it was somewhere. We're gonna go to the place where he said the body was. I
I
assume
say when it's
someone
not
with some sort
humans-
of medical knowledge of
when
something.
when it isn't humans, we don't use that terminology.
You-
Just
you
help
know
you
what?
out when you're trying to blend in the future.
I don't think he told us where it is. Where
It was
is
a veterinary.
What-
Oh no, he
yeah,
actually
yeah.
told me exactly where it was.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
How lucky.
Right? I thought so too.
Sounds like you're
So, Norman, since you have absorbed the since you Kirby'd the you have all of his knowledge of the town. You know where
Jesus
you know,
Christ.
you know where the medical examiner is, or not the medical examiner, the veterinarian is. You guys said medical examiner enough times that I'm like, oh, she's a medical examiner. No, it's a vet.
Medical examiner. I'd like to go see the medical examiner, please.
You also know about the other things that he would have told you about if you guys made it past the first 5 minutes of talking to him.
Look, this is the best of both worlds. Okay, we can murder hobo people and get all the answers.
This is a good start. You know that they
Instantly tell them where we're from and what we're doing, and mention pictures are real. Say everything's real. Like I had to die. I'm sorry. Now we've all learned.
No. I think the town would be safer if he knew.
What are you talking about? We're a secret agency. You can't do that. That's what they keep even mentioning.
This is what happens. I send people for 2-week vacations.
We have their thingy now. It's Eric. That's our leader.
I can't ask you if he had kids or a wife or anything, but did he?
It's a
He
code on
actually told me
town.
about his whole
I
family.
he does have kids.
They're never going to know what happened to their dad.
Don't worry, he does it still.
He has kids. I'm looking at their names.
Look, it's the best of both worlds. I'll still miss it.
Okay, I'll stop telling people that the agency exists.
You just
Don't
ordered
be wise. Don't be very wise.
all down.
That's why I tried to pretend that we were whack jobs, like the people that try to go into area.
I was like, I appreciate your efforts, Mike Smith, but it's not good enough. I'm sorry.
All right. So the rest of the knowledge that you have, Norman, you know of the vet, Amber Robertson. You know of the most recent ranch on the outside of town to have local or to have multiple goats and chickens go missing. The Whitneys on the outside of town is the ranch that he was going to take you to conduct any kind of like scene investigation in terms of looking at like an actual like crime scene. I said that with air quotes, like anybody could see it. Um, and
I
then
felt it.
uh, you also know there is a local mystic, a a local. He runs like a local like antiquity store. He is very knowledgeable about the local lore and um, myths and legends. But you also know because you know the sheriff believes him to be a snake oil salesman, a bit of a fraud, a bit of a bit of um, charlatan, if you will. But he is supposed to be familiar with local legends. Another stop could be made, and then you do get a quick snippet of a thought of his two kids. He's got two, um,
I feel
there is
sincere affection for his children.
Oh my god.
there is a local group of teens that you know as teens do go out at night and they have reported seeing strange like shapes at night but nothing like big and crazy, just you're out in the desert with a fire drinking and you see like something scurry across out the distance. There are teens that have recently reported that a group of teens that does include his two children. He was going to try to keep them out of this. He doesn't want his name and their name dragged through a rumor mill, but you do have that information now. It's an interesting way to do it to exposition
All right,
an
so
entire town that have to do 1,000 voices.
I have to ask real quick: how
People,
far
right?
of a detour is that from here?
How far of his detour is what?
You said my kids are at a party, making shenanigans.
So his kids are known to go out at night and party out in the desert. It's close to like where the Whitney's ranch would be, which is why there is some credence to the fact that maybe they have seen something out in the desert at night. But they are not currently at a party because you guys did land still. It's late afternoon here. It is not quite night.
All right,
They
so
did
I don't
set
have
you
to dress up like their dad and tell them to go home. Got it.
No, no, not necessarily. They're not at a party at the moment. Like I said, he was going to try to not necessarily mention them per se, but you do have the knowledge that they have told him that they've seen stuff out there with their friends.
So if I bump into her, I'll have to ask her about that.
Yeah, he's got a young daughter and a young son.
So I think
Same age.
They're a year apart.
You know, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you know what? You want to know this much about
I don't know anything at all as far as I know.
You don't know.
no, he told me all of these things before he left. It was great. We really got to know each other in that couple minutes.
You guys really bonded in those 3 minutes that you made the other two turns.
That was a really long cigarette.
Same thing. We both were in the woods just scaring people.
But I think we should hit up the vet first, and then we'll take a walk over to this shop he told me about.
All right. Vet makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, that's where we can examine whatever it is they got.
Yeah.
They got the goats, right? They don't have one of these creatures.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
They've got some dead goats we take a look at. And then I guess the sheriff's vehicle because for some reason he left it here when he left.
Yeah, I
he
take
gave
my
you
keys out of my
permission.
pocket, and I. Oh yeah. He said we can use his car because he's going on vacation.
Can I roll into that?
You rolled this on that? Yeah, disadvantage.
10.
Give me,
I'm
give me
gonna have to because I'm trying to figure out this guy for whatever reason.
Right.
It may not be.
Norman rolled a 13 on his deception, so you still know nothing, Lawrence. If you'd like to roll an insight at disadvantage as well, Mikey, you can.
That'd be a 5.
Five's not going to do it. You guys think Norman is just a very efficient agent?
Damn. This is pretty nice. You must have now you must be a grade or 2 higher in classified, I suppose. And you must have told him something.
Yeah, I have access to some higher classified documents and things that I can't just show willy nilly.
I'm not exactly in great terms with them. I'm sort of at a short leash. I'm kind of here against my wills to make sure that I don't work with my dad anymore.
Yes, I'm keeping a close eye on you, but do know that I do have a certain respect for freedom, but at the same time, the line of work we're here in.
Yeah, kind of the only way to control what's going on. It's that, or I'm banished, or a jail cell, or whatever that is.
I don't know. I mean, maybe you like this plane better than the other one. Wherever you come from.
I come from New Jersey.
Can I ask my book? Can I roll a sleight of hand to open my book secretly and speak into it?
Yeah. If you want to give me a sleight of hand check, anybody else that's interested in knowing what he's doing, give me a perception.
Okay. Once again, trying to figure these two out.
All right. Lawrence rolls a 15 sleight of hand.
Yes.
Insight or investigation?
Give me a perception checks.
Perception.
God damn it.
All right.
Well, all right. Well, I trust Mikey enough. We had a cigarette together.
Mikey, with your 16, Norma with your 14, you just miss it. But Mikey, with your 16, you do notice Lawrence fiddling with his book, his book of magic stuffs.
I'm just gonna open the book and just say to it, when you have the chance, just keep an eye on this driver, Norman. He's hiding something, but I can't tell what.
With what fucking eyes am I gonna watch him with?
Just cast the astral protection or something. I don't know. You know spells like that.
Oh yeah, I always got to do all the hard spells. Always got to do the looking and the hard spells. No eyes though.
I'm sorry, I'm not an 1,000-year-old creature.
I'm sorry too. All right, fine. I'll keep an eye on the driver. Right away, master.
Thank you. I forgot your name. Ulysses? That's the one I thought of.
Bravo.
Your book just kind of like angrily closes itself. And you do see like a slight almost like ghostly like drift come off of it. If you've ever seen like when they hit like a tree that's got like a bunch of pollen on it and like the ghost image of pollen comes off the tree, like that comes off of your book and just kind of like you like kind of see it disappear.
There should probably be some rules that I can't use him while he's out of the book. But we'll come up with that later.
Yeah. Yep. Nah, we'll come up with that one. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
We'll burn it when we get off.
Circle back.
We'll burn that bridge. Burn that bridge right to the fucking ground. Back. Alright, so you guys hop in the car, and Norman knows where he's going, and he knows exactly how to drive the sheriff's car for some reason. And he gets you guys. You guys meander through town. It's a small town. There's a post office. There's a general store. There is a bar, but it looks like it is pretty run down at the moment. Not a lot of people going out, I guess, in a town that is plagued animal attacks. As you guys go through town, you do get you guys pass like the regular people hospital where they deal with regular people problems, and then you do get just down the street from the regular hospital. You do find the veterinarian building. Not a huge building. Got a small little reception area up front, and then a couple different operating rooms and like doctor evaluation rooms in the back, and then a large kennel area out back attached to what would be their holding area / operating facility for surgeries, and what is now currently their impromptu goat morgue. You guys pull into the parking lot, come into the front. There is nobody working the front desk. There is just a bell for you guys to ring, and it says ring for assistance.
I'll give it a little ding-a-ling.
As the bell rings through the building, you can hear the sound of like some animals stirring. There's animals in the back in cages, and there's animals. You can hear the sound of the of somebody with a really deep burp. You also hear you also hear the kennels in the back, a couple dogs barking, and out of the office or out of the room behind the desk, the door opens up and a head pops out. It's like, God, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do the girl voice on the.
You have to.
All right, let's try the girl voice.
Your filter.
God, it's terrible.
We're going back.
Yeah.
It sounded like a scary clown.
Like a scary, terrifying clown. Well, hello, y'all. My name's Dr. Robertson. Are you the ones that are here to see the goats?
Yeah, we're from the Environmental Protection Agency, and we are just trying to make sure this isn't a what do they call it? The species that's not supposed to be there that's there now.
Invasive.
Thank you. That one.
My colleague forgets his term sometimes. He's so invested in his job.
We're more the investigative branch of the agency. We don't actually enforce environmental policy, so to speak. We show up once people violate them.
We need to
You guys-
investigate the bodies.
You guys notice she immediately like straightens up and like buttons up her jacket real tight. She's like, oh, hon, I didn't know the EPA was coming. Yes, we are. We've got the goats right back here, gentlemen. Thank you for coming to our small town. Let me take you right back to the impromptu goat morgue.
Thank you, Doctor.
She leads you guys down it's a dimly lit hallway. It looks like some of the lights are off. It is kind of a late in the day. Most of the other people have probably left late in the afternoon. She takes you guys back to what is a large-ish room. It's probably about what seems to be almost like a third of the size of the entire building. And it has got some cages along the back wall with some animals that seem to be sedated in them. It has a couple tables out in the middle of the room, and over top a couple of tables are like just some blankets over what looks like to be a lump with along with hooves and horns underneath of it. And then on one table is a fully exposed goat that's been like cut open. Um, and she takes you guys back to the goats, and she shows you the first goat. She goes, "So y'all see here, this one here is just like fully out of blood. It was totally an anomaly when it showed up, and we just we didn't even we've never seen anything like it. And the other two are just like it, and they do seem to have small needle-like puncture marks in their necks, but I like I that sounds like, pardon my French, but like some vampire shit."
Huh.
I
Could be vampires. Never heard of vampires attacking goats, though.
I violently shoulder check him.
we all know that vampires aren't real, so that seems like such a crazy theory, which is why like we originally thought maybe it was just teens or cultists like playing some pranks on us, but just the sheer enormity of missing livestock and the amount of goat bodies we found. We don't call it the goat morgue for nothing. Look over there. She points, and there's a pile of goats, just dead goats.
Is there any device that could cause this in town?
A device?
Like something, maybe you want goat blood and you just ignore everything.
Conveyor belt with needles.
So yeah, you see it's as ridiculous as it sounds. It's something.
Yeah, I mean, I assume somebody can go to the local hospital and get some needles, but I mean it's not necessarily a device.
Maybe this could be like pranks on like local youths.
Dozens.
Wait, I'm gonna like say like I'm gonna let's go with procedure, boys. I'm gonna test for radiation. I'm gonna pull out my pendant but hold it the other way so she can't see the pentagram. And I'm gonna do an arcana check to see if this is in some way demonic or in any way, pertaining to my field.
All right, excellent. Give me an arcana check.
Does this feel like some demon shit?
All right, so you rolled an 11 on your arcana check. This does have if you can smell a slight tinge of like not quite brimstone, but like a bit of sulfur to the air. Your pendant does like heat up a little bit, but I wouldn't say it heats up any more than it does like when you are really close to Lawrence. Like if you were to take the pendant over towards Lawrence, it would be about the same level of, it's not full demon shit, but there is an old evil here, maybe many times removed, but there's an old evil to what happened to these goats.
Interesting. Sorry, interesting reading, boys. I'm actually going to...
Hun, what are you doing over there with that? You said you were doing radiation tests.
Yeah, it seems like it's normal background radiation.
Mm.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you feel like I should be here while you're doing that? But if you say it's just normal, that sounds just fine.
Actually, damn, no, I committed.
There's some recent forms of chemotherapy that have proven to set off radiation alarms prematurely, or
Are you Hunter, are you suggesting that somebody was doing chemotherapy tests to goats?
It's possible. You never know. Something killed them all, right?
I mean, I guess you are correct, but
It's the best theory we got, but
It's-
only because you don't come up
it's
with
the
it.
it's the
It's
best
just-
theory you've got. I
No,
thought
it's not.
Only because it's the first one someone said.
It's not. It's not the best theory we got.
No, that's the end of the sentence. It's the best theory we got only because it's the first one someone said.
Thank you.
No, this is obviously an animal attack.
Yes, it is obviously an animal attack.
I don't know. I've
I-
never seen an animal that doesn't rip them
I
apart.
thought maybe like sometimes it's these satanic cults, they sacrifice goats, they that kind of thing. But these look consistent, like teeth marks. And then I'm actually going to telepathically communicate with these guys because I think I can do that at will.
Yeah.
Or I might have to cast something, but
It's a class feature.
all right, so you should be able to do it at will then.
okay. Well, then I'm gonna tell them like, yeah, this thing's definitely the thing we're looking for. It's one of us. It's a thing.
Mm.
It's not just an invasive species, as I made up earlier.
Well,
I think
we
we should ask the guy at the store. I think he has the best clue of what it is, but we could also ask random people if they've seen anything. But I know it in my gut that this guy's the one that's going to know it, just because the cop seemed like he didn't know anything.
I will point out, I think you can talk back to me, so you can be saying this in your head right now.
I am saying this in my head right now.
I want to ask. I guess I have no reason to doubt Norman, but you really want to help people?
I'm trying to protect the balance of nature in this entire planet.
Right. Out of psychic chat, I'm gonna dismiss. Dismiss.
I was about to say, I was like, she's gonna be like, well, you guys just got really quiet, so I was thinking, just like, I'm gonna go slip out, finish a little bit of paperwork. If you guys want to take a look at the goats or whatever you had left,
Yes.
like I said, just watch out for the goat pile over there. It's a lot of goats.
Yeah, we got a lot of paperwork ourselves. We got a lot of stuff to file with this. Take a look at some of these bodies. It's going to take a while as well.
I dive into the goat pile. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I have to make some notes as well. I'm gonna pull out my book.
All right, so she leaves. Everybody, give me perception checks.
Wah, wah.
16.
3. I'm looking at my book real
22
hard.
by Norman.
I seen.
All right, the 22 from Norman is going to give you guys exactly what you need, which is while you guys are like looking in your book, looking at the goat corpses on the tables, Norman notices movement from the goat pile. That movement is a quick dash, but he sees it dart out the back door, and he sees the back door kind of like blink open and shut.
What the fuck?
What the fuck was that?
I
What was
chase.
what? What was what?
I chase.
Norman chases, and this is actually where we're going to end our session.
Okay.
I resent
Lawrence-
my statement.
Lawrence is my D&D character's name, and I'm putting it everywhere so I don't forget it.
I forgot it. That's why I didn't know that was your D&D character's name.
Mike's D&D's character's name is tough to remember.
It's some Italian name.
Mikey. It's my real name. They just put a Y at the end. Something I don't like people doing in real life, but Mikey.
What's wrong with that, Mikey? Why don't you like...
But then Pescatore, which I just pulled out of my ass. And then I realized that I think there's a comedian named Pescatelli. And I think I actually got that name from somewhere, but my brain just subconsciously
Chicken
got it.
pescatore. I think isn't that a dish?
Is that a dish?
I don't
That'll
know.
help you.
I don't know if chicken pescatore is a dish. It sounds familiar. It does sound like pescatorians, who are people that like don't eat any meat except for
I
fish.
thought that was Episcopalian.
Yeah. No, Episcopalian is a Christian.
Yeah. Denomination.
Look, one of these words means what we're trying to say, which is
I said it earlier.
You said it. You said it like 4 hours ago.
Yeah, I did. Pescatarian. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
pescatarian.
Yeah, pescatarian.
Yeah, because I was talking about fish are the one thing that no matter if you're like everybody that like loves animals, they're still like, well, yeah, but fish don't blink, so fuck them. They don't have souls.
If they don't blink, they die.
Yeah, like that's why insects can go to hell apparently.